Alright, so we're gonna start this video off from the end. Alright, it's been a long day, and yeah, I did something last week. Bought a car, and it's back there in that corner. We'll go back to that later. And yeah, it's something I've been talking about for a while. Wanted to switch it up a little bit, get something different, and that's what I did. So started researching about 4 months ago, kind of decided on one 2 months ago, and then watched the market for a little bit. Glad I did, saved a couple of grand by being patient. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little bit today. But we came out to the spot to catch some footage after a long day. Of course, we got the homie Jay back in the F80.
Yes, sir.
Feels good to be back where you're supposed to be, right? Yeah. Oh my God, that looks great on the mineral white. It does pop. I like that.
Yeah,
Crisp.
Super simply clean setup. So nothing too fancy, nothing too extravagant, but simply clean. That's kind of my thing.
Dude, that works. That works. But check out the fitment though. It's crazy.
Another timeless design. E47 SLs.
And you can't find them no more.
Yeah, they actually discontinued them about a month before I got these, so got really lucky. So super grateful.
Timing is perfect. You got the car at the right time. Pulled straight up with the fresh whip to Invasion.
Yeah.
Had a pretty good setup on it then, but now with the T's, I mean, things almost perfect. So, all right, let's take a walk.
Yo, so today is maintenance day, but not for the M4, for my new vehicle. If you're watching me or following me on Instagram, yeah, last week I picked up something new. Still have the M4, but today is the second maintenance for my new vehicle. So we got 5,000 miles, so it had its break-in service, and this would be the second annual service for it. So I figured, while I'm sitting here in the Hendricks Business Center, getting some work done, waiting on the car to get its oil change, air filters, reserve. Probably gonna do spark plugs too. Once they get that done, I'll be out of here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that car. But let's roll some of the footage from this morning.
Like I said, so I've been watching this car for about 2 months. Kind of made the decision about 4 months ago that this is what I'm gonna do. Still got the M4, and yeah, I'm gonna keep that. And I don't know, now that the M4 is technically a spare car, I could play around a little bit. But I wanted to get something that, one's gonna be practical, two is gonna be fast and fun, three is a little bit newer, a little bit more updated. So that left me with a couple of options. G80, 4 doors, trunk, got a little bit more space. But finding what I wanted just was kind of difficult. This is what I ended up getting. So it's 2020 X3M non-comp. Got it with 5,000 miles on it, and still has factory warranty. Today, got to use that free maintenance while I still got it. And it's stupid clean. Like I said, 5,000 miles, I really couldn't complain. I could have got a comp, I could have got something newer with significantly more miles for around the same price. So it was something smart, safe, and you know, it allowed me to step into the S58 platform with minimal risk, I'll say. So I was able to get this for a really good price. And like I said, like stupid low miles, still has warranty, still has free maintenance. And I couldn't be happier with that decision. So I was looking at a 22 comp that was about 12 grand more, but it also had like, I think that one had like 32,000 miles on it. I saw a 23 comp and that one was about 20 grand more. And then I saw a couple of other, pre-LCI comps, 20,000 miles, 25,000 miles, 40,000 miles, and they were all really close to this price range. I just said, you know what, let me go with the lowest mileage one, best condition, pretty much mint. No major call outs at all. There's nothing I could really actually call out when I got the car. I added a rock chip today on the way back from the dealership, but nah, really good purchase. So I'm glad I made that purchase. I'm glad I went with the low mileage version. And really, you start talking about the comp versus the non-comp, you're talking about aesthetics. So if you're familiar with the comps and non-comps for at least the X3, X4 M, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, let's run it down. So, non-comp gets the chrome grille, 20-inch wheels instead of 21s, but you can option the 21s. You get the chrome fender vents, and you get the chrome exhaust tips. Oh, one more chrome piece. Yeah, you get the shiny badges in the back that don't have the competition under it. So really, that's it on the outside. You can option the 21-inch wheels that the comps come with. You can option the comp seats, but I got the base seats. You could also buy the BMW accessories. You can get the black grille. You can get black badges. Just please don't put a comp badge on a non-comp. You can get the black trim for the fender vents. And yeah, the only thing you'd have to come out of pocket for that's included in the comp package would be the competition exhaust. And how different that is debatable. I actually haven't heard them side by side yet, so I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. But yeah, this is definitely a step up from what I'm used to. This being a non-comp, it's only 473 horsepower, I believe. It's a spicy 473. It's just as fast as my M4 on a stage 2 boot mode flash catless downpipes, intake, the normal stage 2 stuff. So that car is putting down a little bit over 500, and this feels just as quick, just as nimble. And for it to be an SUV that big, and like in my head, it's that big, but in reality, it's not actually that big. It's heavy. It's 1,000 pounds heavier than the M4, but it disguises its weight really well. So I'm excited to see where this journey takes me. The exciting part is there's a lot of good aftermarket support for the S58 platform, but for the X3 and X4M in particular, the options are somewhat limited. Actually, I don't even want to say limited. They're different. So the usual brands that you're used to going to don't have like a plethora of options. They got the basics. You got your downpipes, your mid pipes, full exhaust. There's not a whole bunch of intake options out there. And it's because of the way the engine bay is designed. So it's kind of hard to fit or create and develop an intake that works with that design. Unless you just keep the design and try to improve upon it, which is damn near impossible because BMW did a really good job off the rip. So you got Dynon, which just is an airbox cover for the factory box. Same with Eventuri. You got RK Tunes with their front mount intakes, but the piping looks ridiculous, but you get that sound and aggression. It sounds really good. So that is an option if you're going for something like that. And I really think that's it as far as intakes go. You actually got a few options for downpipes. Carbon fiber, pretty much RW, Auto Technic. RKP has a few products. That's all I know off the top of my head. There might be some more out there. Still has that. It has that same G80 bolt pattern, the 5x112. So I think that opens us up to more options technically, but the offsets and the sizes. So usually a car that's a 5x112 is usually, JDM, something smaller. So when I'm looking for 21s in a 5x12, yeah, those are either wheels specifically made for these BMWs or wheels that don't exist in that size, or the right offset. It's like crazy low offsets or crazy high offsets or low widths, like 8.5 or something crazy like that. And I'm not gonna run like truck wheels on this, so wheels, we'll figure that out later. Suspension, I don't know, do I wanna drop a truck or not? I don't know. Ride's pretty good as is. I'm not mad about the gap. It's an SUV, it's supposed to have a gap, right? I think. I don't know, people slam them and they look good too. Start calling them G80 wagons, which we don't get here. Anyways, couldn't have made a better decision. I have no complaints. Very happy with this setup. I got like drone stuff going on the inside, but very happy with this choice. Very happy. I love the gauges. I really do. Best of both worlds. You got, it's fully digital with the rings that make it look like it's analog around the tack and the speedo, and gives me all the information I need. Only thing I don't like is right now I can't get full screen CarPlay without doing some coding outside of what Beamer Code's capable of. So I gotta go with eSys or get somebody to remote code it, or go back to the dealership, have them update iDrive to a newer version within that same NBT Evo family, and then I should be able to code it with Beamer Code. But that's like my only gripe right now, is not having full screen CarPlay. Like 10.25-inch screen, and I have split screen CarPlay. Like what sense does that make? But got more content coming, and yeah, I wanted to start this video off from the end because it's been a long day, very long day. But I've had a car for a week now. Picked it up last Wednesday, and it is now Wednesday, April 12th. And yeah, I already got parts on the way. Do it right, do it once. Sometimes you think you know the right way and you don't like the way it comes out, so you do it again anyways. But yeah, this time I think I got a pretty solid plan. Not trying to do anything crazy with this. Like I said, I wanted something practical, fun, something new, exciting, and like this is new territory for me. I've never had an SUV. I had my work vehicle, which I still have, and I can't stand it. But this is a lot different than a Chevy Equinox. It's crazy.